So what is the best knife? Well, it really depends what you want to do with it. If you're into that urban environment, then you may be looking at a different tool. Most of my setup here is for woodlands, and let's have a look at a few. You've got a classic, this is in a kydex sheath. It's just a Mora companion, and these Moras are really good. Lightweight and ideal for the backpack. Great backup blades, great main blade if you need a main blade. Say I had the kydex sheath, was sent over by my old mate JC, made by Monty. A very nice job on it, and a great little carry. Stainless steel, you don't get so much rusting with the old stainless steels, and down where I am, where it's always waterlogged, you can see the sheer benefits of that. I'm really making this video because a friend of mine asked me. He does a lot of light backpacking, and he really wanted a blade to put in his kit, and it was more of a please could you help me. So that's why I'm doing this video, guys. Moving on, you've got your neck knife styles. This is an SCI Zula, and I've got to say this blade in tests come out really well, and it's one of them blades that I don't think you can go pretty far wrong with, guys. I've battened with this. I've beat this knife around the bush, and it's been great, and it really is a favourite carry. It's light enough for your backpacks, snaps in there nice. I've also got the belt clip on there, and I have got the neck set up, so it gives me a load of options to carry this knife when I'm out and about in the woods. And I've got to say, that really is a knife you can't really go wrong with. There's not a lot of faults you'll find with an SE, and I'm sure the SE fans will all agree with that. And you can move on, you can go up to more expensive blades. This is the Chris Kane survival knife. These are nice blades, they work really well. They're getting a lot more accessible over in the States now, which is where my friend's from. They're not a bad blade to take with you at all. Then you're going on to your classic bushcrafting knives. They're slightly heavier. These work really well. Anything with a Scandi grind out in the woods will always be a huge benefit to you. They hold an edge, and 01 or D2 steel will always be quite easy to sharpen. So if you're new into the knife game, or you're new into this type of thing, then you know 01, 02 steel's really handy. Or if you're not into that kind of big stuff and you're looking for something smaller, then we've got some folders. You know, you've got a K-bar. I tested this knife and it come out really well, and it's super cheap. Would it do for a survival blade, or if you were in a real survival situation, you'd probably get through with it. You get what you pay for, basically. Although there's no faults in the blade, EDC and all that, it's great. Would I like to be stuck with it long term out in the woods? I don't think I'd have much of a problem, but I'd like a little bit more quality. And then I'm a great lover of Spyderco knives, just for the sheer quality. This is Spyderco China. This is Spyderco Persistence. G10 scales on it. It's 8CR 13 MOV steel on these, and they've done a great job on it. They do a really good. It's part of the Tenacious and all that range. Nice little folders, would be really good in your pack, one of them. And then if you want to go up to really what I'd say was the ideal Spyderco, it's one that I've been using recently, Spyderco Native, and these are absolutely fantastic knives. I just don't know how they've put such a good knife together for the money that they're charging for this. And you're getting the CPM S30V steel, and this steel is really good. I've got to say, it's probably one of the best steels you'll ever get for a knife. I don't like the higher ones. I think they do an S35V, is it now? I'm not keen on that steel. I really like S30V. I will say, if you're new to knife sharpening, then these can be a little bit more trickier than the softer steels. so try and stick with a softer steel and just be honest with yourself. You know, if I get it dull, will I be able to resharpen that again? There are some great sharpening systems on the market now, really, that makes sharpening your knives pretty straightforward for anyone to do. And that inside your pack would be a great addition if you needed that type of knife, folding knife. But what I really wanted to not, you know, for you not to forget is obviously a really good multi-tool. Leatherman Wave here, or a Leatherman. You know, that inside your backpack really is just a great piece of kit, you know. And I would really, for my personal advice to you, if I was going to go for anything in my backpack, then I'd be looking at getting a Leatherman Wave, or a Swiss tool, or one of them, a well-known make. And because I reckon you can't go far wrong off that, and they are made to last, you know, so they last you a long time. You've got can openers, you've got locking blade, and you've got serrated edge on there. You've got a file for sharpening if you really have to sharpen any of your other tools up. Good knife blade on there. You've obviously got your pliers and clippers. You've got scissors, screwdrivers. You've got a can opener, beer opener. So really the choice would be yours if you like. But there's just a few ideas for you. And I will say, inside your pack, always carry some spare cordage, some paracords handy. If you ever get in trouble, you can make shouters with that. You can strip that out to make snares with if you have to. I'll be doing some more videos on that at a later date. You break a shoelace, you can replace it quite easily with paracord. And when you're out hiking on the trail, a lot of people do forget spare shoelaces, which can be a real problem. And not for me, because I wear wellies all the time, but for guys that wear boots, breaking a lace, you'll know how much aggro that can cause you on the old trip. So there's some ideas for you. And then obviously you're going down the lines of a nice belt knife like a Buck 110, and really that knife there is a great, fantastic blade, really good for hunting or gutting, skinning, things like that. Buck 110s are quite cheap now, you can get them a lot better priced. I know over at your neck of the woods, and that's another knife there which is really pretty faultless. I mean, they are really, really good, solid, well-made knives. And then inside my kit, I would also carry a really good fire pack, and that's got a ferrocerium rod in there, a lighter, and a lot of people say a lighter, but you're never going to beat Sure Flame, guys. Sure Flames most of the time will guarantee you a fire if you're out in the woods, and even give you an initial start to drying out some small twigs if you have to, and you only need a little lighter like that. And then I've got a wet fire in there just to get me going. So really it's just to improve your chances all the time. When you think of that, and maybe a multi-tool in your pack, it's not taking up no room, and you've just greatly improved any problems that you have. Any chances of that, you've got that in your bag, you're pretty well much laughing. And then if you wanted to back that up with something else, you could throw a more companion in there. And I think all in all, that inside your backpack, if you were backpacking a lot of wilderness country, to me ain't nothing, and you're pretty well set up. You could probably sustain yourself in the woods for a very, very long time with that kit there. I know I certainly could. So guys, hopefully that'll help out my friend. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, a little look at a few knives and a few ideas for your backpacks. It was a video that people was asking me to do. Hopefully I can get a review out on the Spyderco Native if you want me to do that review, and I'll let you know I've been getting on with it. And I've got to say, so far during testing, it's come out really, really well. It's coming out tops at the minute from a lot of the other folders I've got, and there's certain reasons for that. It has got its negatives, and the only negative it has got is it hasn't got an adjustable screw on the pivot. It's like a riveted there, and that's the only negative you will find on this knife. There's none other. So guys, with that in mind, I'll see you all on the next one.